All right, let's dive in. We're going to talk about something really cool today, combining the freedom of car camping, or shachuhaku as it's known in Japan, with the awesome hobby of bird watching. We'll walk you through everything you need to know to make your trip comfortable, super successful, and just unforgettable.
You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Imagine that. Instead of your phone alarm blaring at you, you wake up to the sound of birds. That's a kind of luxury you just can't buy. And it's really the whole point of what we're talking about today. Okay, so let's look at the difference. The old way, a brutal 3 a.m. alarm, a frantic drive in the dark, and then fighting for a parking spot just to wait in the cold. But the shachuhaku way, you wake up naturally, already at the best spot, cozy in your car. It completely transforms the experience from a chore into a real adventure.
So, how do you actually pull this off? How do you turn your car into that perfect little sanctuary? Well, it really boils down to three main things. Okay, here they are: temperature control, good bedding, and smart lighting. Let's tackle the first one, which is arguably the most important, controlling that temperature inside your car.
You might think this is complicated, but the solution is actually super simple. It's all about insulating your windows. Getting some simple mats, or even just thick, custom-fit sunshades, is the biggest game changer. It makes a huge difference in stabilizing the temperature, plus you get that extra privacy and security, which is a nice bonus.
All right, next up is your bedding. A good insulated sleeping bag is obviously essential, but here's the real secret. You need something between you and the floor of the car, like an air mattress or a thick foam mat. That stops the cold from seeping up from below. Oh, and seriously, don't forget your pillow from home. It sounds small, but trust me, it makes all the difference for a good night's sleep. And last but not least, for comfort, lighting. You want light, but you don't want to light up the whole forest, right? The trick is to use warm-colored, dimmable LED lanterns. They give you that cozy vibe without being a bug magnet. And it's a really good idea to have a small headlamp or task light handy so you can get your camera gear ready before dawn without a big fuss.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is all great, but what about fresh air? If I crack a window, aren't I just inviting a million bugs inside? And yeah, that's a totally valid question. So what do?
The answer is so simple, it's brilliant. Window mesh curtains. These things are awesome. They just slide over your entire car door frame like a sleeve. You can roll the window all the way down, get a nice breeze, and not a single bug can get in. Honestly, it's a total game changer.
Okay, so your mobile base camp is comfortable and bug-free. Perfect. Now let's get into the fun stuff, the gear you'll need for the actual bird watching. Here's your essential kit, the non-negotiables. You gotta have binoculars, of course. A camera with a good telephoto lens, we're talking 300 millimeters or more, is key for getting those great shots. A tripod will keep those shots steady and clear. And of course, a field guide, whether it's a book or an app, so you actually know what you're looking at. Now, for binoculars, it's tempting to think more power is better, right? But that's actually not the case. The real sweet spot is between 8x and 10x magnification. Why? Because anything stronger than that is almost impossible to hold steady without a tripod. Your hands shake, the image jumps all over, you end up seeing less detail. So yeah, 8 to 10x is that perfect balance of power and stability.
So you've got the basics down. Now, if you want to take your setup to the next level, here are a few things to consider. A portable power bank is a lifesaver for keeping your phone and camera batteries topped up. Some storage boxes are great for keeping your small space from getting chaotic. And, is there anything better than a thermos of hot coffee or tea on a chilly morning? That's what it's all about. All right, your car is set up, you've got your gear ready. Now for the next big questions, where do you even go, and how should you act once you're there? Let's talk about the unwritten rules, the Birdwatcher's Code.
When it comes to finding birds, water is your best friend. As you can see here, waterside environments are where you'll have the most luck. Think lakes, rivers, marshes. They're just buzzing with life. But forests are a close second, with their own unique birds. And you definitely don't want to sleep on grasslands for spotting hawks and other raptors. And it's not just about where you go, but when. The seasons totally change the game. Spring and fall are amazing for migrations. It's like a constant parade of different species passing through. Summer is when they're all dressed up in their best breeding colors. And winter? That's when you get to see all the interesting visitors who fly down from the north. But no matter where or when you go, this is the #1 most important rule of all. Be quiet. Seriously, silence your phone. Move slowly. The whole point is for you to hear them, not for them to hear you. Okay, let's wrap up with some really important stuff on safety and etiquette. This is about being a good guest in nature and making sure everyone, including you, stays safe.
These are the absolute do's and don'ts. It's pretty straightforward. Only park where you're allowed to park. Look for the signs. Whatever you bring with you, you take back out with you. Leave no trace. That's huge. And it should go without saying, but never, ever feed the animals. It's bad for them. Keep your food locked up in your car.
And finally, this is all about your safety. The most important thing is to trust your instincts. If a spot feels sketchy or unsafe, just leave. There's always another spot. Make sure your phone is charged. Let a friend or family member know where you're headed. And just be aware of your surroundings, especially in more remote places where you might run into bigger critters like bears or boars.
So there you have it. That's the playbook for the ultimate birdwatching adventure from your car. We've covered comfort, gear, and the code of conduct. The only thing left to figure out is this. On your next trip, what bird song do you want to be your alarm clock?